Hi. How are you? You're the neighbor over here.
How are you?
Hi, Douglas. Nice to see you.
I said I had to come. Of course.
Hi, buddy. Nice to see you.
I've been searching all over this whole complex, but it's been great because I've discovered all the little antique, I guess, machinery that they use to make felt or work with felt.
Oh,
so it's all dotted all over the property.
I thought it was a tire factory. That's what I thought. So why didn't you just call me then?
I don't know if I have your number. I just saw it and I said I'm gonna come.
Good for you.
Because I came to you on Queen and I thought I want to come today. And I also want to just say, and also I do my little interview, so of course I want to ask you some questions. If you're in the mood, you look
I'm
great.
not ready.
You're fine. You're an artist. You look artsy. There it is, down to the,
That only took 5 hours. Colors.
So tell me about this. Like, what the move? What's going on?
Well, I've been in search of a studio for about 3 years now. 2 years. I had a studio at DuPont in Oslington, and the building has been slated for demolition. So I was working up north from my garage and working little spots. And this year was a particularly big year because I was dealing with some discomfort.
Okay.
I had a hernia, 2 hernias.
All right.
So it really kept me on that trajectory of like go. And so I just started working. Well, I've always continued to paint, but I built up a big body collection for abstracts and abstract landscapes. So I've been just working with this kind of post-digital style. Like, you remember my DNA works with the lines and stuff and the weaving landscapes?
Yes.
They're all part of a progression, and just now I'm doing dots, so very, very, so they're landscapes, right? They're like, but you can see like I stand, so this is like post-digital, many layers, like almost like Photoshop, but analog, right? I'm doing all of this by hand, right? Spray painting sucks because like it's kind of messy. When I was outside, I could have that gamut of just having the space. So when I got this space 5 weeks ago, I knew I didn't want to spray paint in it, but a lot of these paintings, as you see, still need to be complete. So what happened was, it was too cold to paint up north.
Right.
Got this space. I still had my house in the city. Bring 1 or 2 paintings down with my box of spray paints. Do it outside. Do a little. It's maniacal.
The life of an artist, I guess.
The show must go on. I've learned a lot of patience and understanding with myself, and that I realized that the process can be somewhat tedious, but I realized that that's what it has to actually be. It has to be that particular commitment of saying, you know what, it's gonna look pretty, but why don't you just love it? Why don't you say, I love that? When you think you love it, go more.
Right.
And that's what I feel I've been going the distance with these, because some people see color, right? Some people see color, and some people see sound in color. And I see sound in color. So when I hear sounds, I can see color. So these are like musical, tributes to my days. And I work on several pieces.
You work on several pieces at once?
Oh yeah, no, there's 65 pieces here. I have deliverables coming up. I'm like 6 weeks behind. But these are going to a couple galleries. And I'm really excited about it because I got to pay my rent. So it's good. It's exciting.
Well, you do multiple. I think I just saw the Denise Thomas's show at the AGO, and she was doing that too. She was working on multiple things at once. And here you were doing the same thing.
Oh, yes,
I didn't realize that's a thing that artists would do. Like you've got how do you keep it all together too?
Well, this is the key question, right? Because with a lot of this work, there's a lot of cutting involved, right? Cutting, masking, negative, positive space. It's a fine-tuned dance, right?
Right.
And sometimes when I'm with cutting the acetate, I'll take out the wrong spot. So if I take the first wrong spot, that means the other spot stays, but that might not be the spot that I want it to stay.
Right.
Because you kind of want that negative, positive, dance, right? So that happens sometimes, but you just make adjustments, and and I think that's why I like working on several pieces, because I can slow down a bit, and like for instance, like this piece right here. Like this guy. Like this was like, this has gone through many incarnations, right?
Right.
This was a simple landscape. What's up? I thought you'd never come. You remember.
Hey,
That's
welcome.
my best friend since we were 9 years old.
Whoa, what's your name?
Chris.
Hey, Chris, welcome.
Now, he's known this madness for what? 50 years?
Before I was born.
48 years? So anyway, this has been that incarnation of a color field.
Right.
So I'm working with all these dots and stencils, and I'm cutting, and I'm...
And I see
But I'm
your
not
notes on it as well.
Oh yes, that is the vocabulary of I call it the cuts or the incision. I almost feel like I'm a doctor doing surgery.
Why not?
If they can use a Sharpie, I can use
Well,
one
you're
too.
bringing things into the world. You're bringing things to life, right?
True.
You're delivering
Yes.
something into the world, right?
I always thought that's funny when you see the surgeons. They got these Sharpies. They're just marking on everybody, right?
Uh,
But that's what I do. Like it becomes like a bit of a language. It's like for instance, like this piece, I did just the beginning of the summer, right? And I created all these notes, but I'm beyond that now, right? So what happens? There's about 20, 30 steps in each of these works.
right. Wow.
Simultaneously go through them.
Wow.
And,
Wow.
So then, like for instance, like that last one, that green one, I have 3 more steps on it.
Right,
But I can
okay.
do, see where these white spots are here?
Yeah. Oh, right.
Like all these white spots. I'm gonna do other stuff on them because I'm revisiting older work because I had a storage before I got this space. I can rework things that weren't so perfect.
Right,
Sometimes
right.
you put paintings together, and guess what happens? They stick, and then it kind of gets things happen, right?
right,
So
right.
not everything is right, but then I can rework it, and that way I get to go to old stuff, bring it into my new possibility, and just reuse, recycle, and repurpose. I think everything is a blending of of movement, shapes, forms, organic, geometric. But yeah.
And in coming into this space, bigger space, some more to work with. And what about the idea of art community? Is that also helpful to have people around you? Because coming to find you, I've ran into a bunch of people who I also know, and they're like, they just moved in too, and they're like, I have to come check him out. I didn't know.
Well,
Right?
this is a fellow artist. I think
Yeah,
this
so he's a fellow
hello.
artist here.
Hi.
I forget her name now, but she's wandered off. But anyway,
Well,
Yeah.
I've never met her.
Yeah.
But I think she lives in here, but she's been here
she
for a
lives
while.
in the little cottage right
Oh,
in the
cute.
corner there, front.
Hi, I'm Shawn.
Hello,
Hi, Hannah. Pleasure. Nice to meet you.
and I am the neighbor. I am Studio A.
Yeah.
The very first one.
Yes. Nice to meet you. I've seen you.
I just
Met me.
was going by behind the window.
Yeah.
I had Skype with my family, and so then somehow I came out and he said, "Yeah, there is some studio." And I live here, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I just got the studio about a month ago, and I have a white Jeep. I don't know. Maybe you see me a couple times going back and forth. The white Jeep. Well, I'll say hi next time. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm here usually.
When you are settled to come around, then
I would like that.
I will show you what I used
I would
to
love
do.
that. And how long have you been in the studio?
25 years.
That's
From 1995.
wow.
From
Okay.
95. That was, I think there was maybe one person in the building, and one who was animator, he was over there. Also, so I was maybe the third one, fourth person.
Hannah, and where are you from? I love your accent.
after 15 years.
Yes, you still live
No,
there.
of course. From Czech.
Czech.
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic.
It was Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
Praha.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. I've been meeting a lot of Czech people
Yeah.
lately, yeah. It's interesting because I've been seeing you and I've been wondering, what is your practice? Like, what kind of work do you do?
Well, I'm sort of retired from painting because I don't have where to put it and where to do it because I live there also.
Yeah.
You know? And
Well, this
so-
is
but
my
anyway,
first time
okay.
having a big studio like this. Like, this is the largest studio I have. I had one smaller
No,
prior to this.
anyway,
Yeah.
I'm a painter and I did also printmaking in the
Oh,
past.
nice. That's what I studied, printmaking.
Yeah.
I kind of think, I don't think like a painter, I think like a sculptor and a printer when I paint. I realize that. I don't really, I move paint, and technically I move paint, but I have brushes and I do other tools, but I'm not like meticulously painting, like if I have to do some sort of things. It's not my thing. It's like, I'm a very methodical kind of, play with the timing. It will present itself. That's why I work on many paintings at one time, because they keep speaking to me and they're saying, okay, this is what has to happen now. Basically, Well, I'd love to see your work sometime.
I have lots of slides of my work, which I did in Saskatchewan, and I borrowed the slide projector and I have all kind of life experiences.
Are you from Saskatchewan?
So that's where we came from Europe. That's
Oh,
where
yeah.
we settled, and part of the family is still there.
Yep. Well,
Anyway,
would you like some tea or anything? Well, welcome. I will, Shawn. Yeah.
Hannah, Shawn, Hannah.
I have to make a list.
Yes, it's all good. Nice to meet you. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I'm getting ready to get all this stuff. What I thought was going to take me, several weeks back, like, oh, I'm just going to get this. It didn't really happen. I've been working pretty hard at it. So I'm just, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm falling up the stairs, not down the stairs. Thank God, not cold. But it's been one of those things where I'm working hard, just to, I have to. I paint. That's what I do full time. So
And
that's
what
my
about
life.
seeing your work all over the hoardings around the city? All those buildings.
Well,
How
they
did that
buy,
happen?
they buy.
They
some
do.
hoardings, but I
Yeah.
also buy. They commission me to do.
That's what I was wondering. If they commission you to do all that,
but
right?
I haven't done hoarding in a long time, but I do. Principally, I'm doing, lobby pieces. and stuff
Yeah,
like
and I've
that.
seen those as well, right? But I think it just
Yeah.
struck me walking around the city and
Did you
oh,
see
there's
the one at
Shawn's
Novus?
work.
Novus?
Huh?
Have you seen the one at Novus?
No, I think I have
Strawn
actually.
and
Yeah.
the new development there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did two pieces in both lobbies, Tower 8. So they're pretty cool. One's called The Golden Hour, and the other one's it's an abstract flower piece, but it's cool. It was fun because they were large pieces. And I got a cough, so you got to take the camera off. It's not going to be pretty.
Cough, I wonder cough. And so, for this open house, people should come cause?
Well, my intention was I had this space. I haven't had a studio space for over a year. I just wanted to let people be like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Come by. Next week, I'm having an open house as well. I mean, it's just a way of just sort of, communicating, interacting with people. Sure, it's great if I get a sale. Sure, somebody wants to work, whatever. But it's been great so far. Today, I've seen some old friends, and I've seen some good friends come by today. And it's been awesome. And I think, really, for me, there's no greater joy than having this kind of space and for people to see it, because there's a lot of color going on here, but because we're inundated in it, it can be overwhelming, because a couple friends say, oh my God, they had to sit down. I'm all about color, but
Right.
it'll be more minimal probably in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to use this space not only as a working space, but a showroom, a place that other activities to bring other artists together,
Great.
maybe a men's artist night to talk about ideas collectively. So I'm gonna need some partnership and understand what other people might be interested in doing something like that, like collectives. And I mean, it's a wonderful space, and it really lends itself to a lot of what can we say? Collective thinking, collective understanding, right? Because when you've been in the skate, like doing it as long as I've been doing, like doing this, it is love. It is, you love it, so you have to share that love, right? Like I wouldn't be doing something I don't love, but it gets to a point where it can't be maniacal because you're just a fool. Yeah.
All right, well, let me get the work. The work is
I love that you do that. I think that's very cool. I love that when you just surprise people like that. See, the thing with me, I'm very comfortable with being uncertain. So it could work for me. But if somebody was a little, premature in the Buddhist way, right? Like being uncomfortable with certainty, right? Uncertainty? No. Being comfortable with uncertainty. It's a real practice of seeing where would you want to step up? What do you want to say? How are we here? What do we do? How does this mean? It's not a threat. Especially look at the man behind the camera. You're kind. You got kind eyes.
It doesn't always work. Some people are like, no.
I can see that. I can totally see that.
Oh, but I remember I was on Queen and I said, I gotta come back and check you in this place.
You got me over at Skeir Gallery back in the day.
Yeah,
and then you got me coming out of the bathroom. Thank
We
you.
were singing and dancing, yeah.
Oh, that was a crazy night. That was a crazy night.
Beautiful.
So this is me. I've only been here for a month. I'm just kind of getting it together. And here, I'm gonna put some music on.
Great. Bye.
How are you? Great.